Okay. See if I have it on the right screen. Awesome. Here's what we're doing for the tier list today. My Discord made the choice. I set out several different options. Only poop during the full moon. Oh, that explains some things. Yeah, that makes sense. So my Discord voted on this and decided that they wanted me to run a tier list of all of the games that I have played over the last 2 years. I know it looks small. You know why it looks small? Because many of these games we spent, oh, 2 more equals 2 more. Oh, okay. All right, I get it. The reason this looks small is because we've spent close to 100 hours or 100 plus hours on a majority of these games. I like to do the deep dives. So forgive me if this tier list is small. It is small. It took me a long time. Now, caveat, I'm going to upset somebody today. Please remember, this is my personal tier list. So you will disagree with me, and that's okay. Like, we will disagree. I completely understand. But I hope somebody agrees with me so I'm not all alone here. If you have not played these games, please don't worry. I'm not going to be giving away any big spoilers. I'll try and speak in general terms. And I am going to shift these around as I start tier listing them because this is going to be hard. So let's pick out, let's just start from the beginning. Banjo. I had a love-hate relationship with Banjo. Banjo is a childhood game. I have a lot of nostalgia for Banjo. Banjo is also the game that I struggled with quite a bit when it came to the final boss fight. Grunty is a total witch. I love the music. They have a great soundtrack. Where do I want to put Banjo? Banjo's a C at most? Wait, how can you disagree? I haven't said anything yet. All right. You guys disagree with me, please. Adamantly disagree. Okay. I think for this one, Banjo, you know what? I'm gonna put, wait, Banjo, move for me. I'm gonna put Banjo in B tier for now. I'm gonna leave him there. And then we'll see, and then we'll see where we go with it. But I want to see, yeah, can you hear Marley? Oh, Mishka, you can hear Marley. Marley is being very talkative on the other side of the wall. I can hear her. Okay, I'll take it. Banjo B tier is good. I think B tier is solid. I don't think anyone should ever be upset about a game being in B tier. Once it starts to get into C, you're like, okay, this is my favorite game. Ease up a little. But B tier I think is solid. It's not A tier, it's definitely not like my top 5 or 10 games, but it's good. I would watch a stream of Banjo. Yeah, B is for Banjo. Thank you. B is for Banjo, B is for Bear. Now this is where we start getting into tricky territory. Chrono Trigger was amazing. I just can't decide whether I would put it in A tier or S tier. Because while I really love Chrono Trigger, I haven't finished it because it's got New Game Plus. Now, Chrono had some amazing music. We spent a long time on it. I willingly went to the side quests, which I don't typically do. I'm not a completionist. Chrono's probably S tier. Chrono made some huge contributions to the gaming community. It's got incredible cutscenes. I'm gonna put Chrono up here. I think we're gonna have to do that. Oh, Kirby. I will be adjusting. Yeah, S stands for super or solid. I don't actually know. I'm gonna say super. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think super. I really like Chrono Trigger. And the thing is, I've been told, does this actually stand for special? I'll believe you if you tell me it does. Even if it's not true, I'll still believe you. I really loved Chrono Trigger. It had so many things going for it. And the thing is, I have a friend who absolutely adores it, who's been telling me to play it for several years. And I just kept telling them, yeah, I'll play it one day. Oh, yeah, I'll play it eventually. And then when I actually played it, I messaged them and I was like, oh my God, I know what you were talking about now. And they were like, right? You know how many years you ignored me? Sorry, you were right. Now I'm taking their advice more and more. Stands for Sugma? I don't think it does. I don't think that's true. J for jerky tier? I did eat a lot of jerky playing that game. Chrono is S++ tier. Well, we'll see. I'll move some things around the closer we get toward the end of the list. So we'll see how this pans out. Kirby was solid. Kirby is a short game. It's not particularly long. We 100% completed this game. It's a happy game. I've got some great clips of me dying in elaborate ways. It does have a little bit of difficulty to it, but it's mostly just cute, lighthearted fun. I love all the different combinations. I wouldn't say it's as elaborate as Chrono Trigger, of course. I don't even think it's as elaborate as Banjo. I have a special place in my heart for Kirby, but it's a simpler game. I'm gonna put it in C tier for now. Please don't hate me. It's a great game. I'm expecting it to move around a little bit. I just need to get it on the board. I would like to play more Kirby games in the future. I haven't played a ton of Kirby games so far. S actually stands for shu, the Japanese word for exemplary. Really? Interesting. S stands for swaggeronies. I like that one better. Let's do swaggeronies. I'm sorry, Wolf. I'm sorry. Stay with me. Please don't go. I know that's rough, but give it time. I do think it's great. I just got to get them all on the board. And here's the thing. Not everything can go in S and A tier. So I've got to be, it's up against a lot of competition. C for Kirby. You don't like Kirby board? Kirby is Z tier? Well, there's no Z tier here, so we're gonna have to disagree on that one. But Kirby 64 is great, but yeah, I think compared to everything, that's the thing. It's not that it's bad. It's just up against some really strong competition. Okay. Dragoon is one of my most loved games of my childhood. I played Dragoon when I was a teenager, and I got roughly halfway through-ish, and the game file crashed on my memory card. I lost everything. For those of you who aren't familiar with Dragoon, it's an elaborate, beautiful game. It does have some flaws. The translation is terrible. The voice acting is pretty bad. But it also has some beautiful moments to it. It's got some beautiful storytelling. The enemies in it are all elaborate and different and detailed. Some of the transformations, I won't go into it too much, are really beautifully animated. The characters are so different. And you can kind of choose who to rotate out, which is really intriguing to me. The soundtrack is fantastic, so if you like good music, I would like to hydrate. Good call. Dragoon's gotta be either A tier or S tier for me. I really love it. I'm tempted to say...
This right here is my favorite thing ever. In the history of forever. I think
can
about
do
this
that.
every day. I think about this all night
I can
long.
do that.
I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm
Lavitt
thinking about
Slamber
this.
is the greatest video game character name ever. I wish he had a his last name, I don't know why, but it bothers me a little bit. I don't know what it is. But I do really appreciate Lavitt's. Don't say too much, just in case someone here, Kate, wants to play it. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to put this, let's put this in A tier for now. I'm not done with it yet, but I just kind of want to sit on it and see where other things pan out. Okay, Majora's Mask. Oh god. How come all the hard ones are at the beginning? No, that's not true. They're all hard. Majora's Mask is a lovely game. It's unique. It's It's layered, it's complex, it's a little panicky because of the time element. That's what freaked me out. The soundtrack is gorgeous. The animations are so much fun. The transformations are really cool. I liked, well, you know what? I'm not even going to say that. I don't want to get too much into it in case someone hasn't played it yet. But I have been debating with myself which one I like better, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. And I think today I finally have to decide, and that's going to be really hard for me. It does have a child marriage, and that really creeps me out. I don't want to say anything because you're not finished with the game yet. But yeah, that there's a part of me that was like, oh sweet, and then there's a part of me that's like, oh no, like why are we watching this? I feel like someone should put a stop to this, but the world's gonna end in like 2 minutes anyway, so, but it's still kind of disturbing a little bit. I initially thought it was pronounced Slambear, but apparently not. Is it not? Is it not pronounced Slambear? Is it Slambear or Slambear? I could believe Slambear, but no one says it in the game, which is problematic because no one pronounced Shauna's name for the longest time until the very end of the game. I didn't know how to say her name. I didn't know if it was Shauna or Shayna. I like Slambear a little bit better. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We just called her Shanae because we didn't know what else to call her. Okay, Majora's Mask is really good though. This is gonna be hard. What would I rather play? Would I rather play Dragoon or Majora's Mask? I love Majora's Mask, but I think Dragoon has more replay value for me. I think I'd be more interested in replaying Dragoon in different combinations than I would in replaying Zelda. You know what? Let's move this up here for now. And we'll put this here. I just want to see how this plays out. There's some really tough choices in here. Heresy? Well, okay, Rywick, let's just remember for a second. Rywick, in your spare time when you stream almost predominantly Zelda. So you're probably going to be unhappy with something I say today. Because like, what, four are these? I think 4 are Zeldas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. This might be where we part ways, Rywick. This might be the day. Okay, Super Mario 64. I really enjoyed this one. I played Super Mario 64 when I was a kid. It was either the first game I ever played or the second, one of the two. I received Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time for Christmas one year when I was a kid with a hand-me-down N64 that I still have to this day. Absolutely loved it. However, I was really terrible at it. I never finished the game. When we did our playthrough here, I collected all 120 stars, and that was something that I wanted to do from the very beginning. I knew that before it was even selected on the vote, and we completed that. It was a huge personal achievement. I love the game. It leaves you with such a happy feeling when you're done. That feeling of success is beautiful. I loved it. That being said, I don't know how much I would go back and replay it. I really loved it, but I wouldn't be able to speedrun it like other streamers can and just play it and play it and play it again and again and again. I don't think I could do that. The real question here is, would I rather play Banjo or Super Mario 64? And I think I'd rather play Banjo. I'm gonna leave Mario at B tier for now and just see how it plays out. And we'll just take a moment to say goodbye to all the Mario fans who are on their way out the door as we speak. I think if I were given the choice between the two, I would be replaying Banjo before I would replay Super Mario 64. I think if I were to speedrun something, I would actually enjoy speedrunning Banjo over speedrunning Mario. I don't know if that's because of the games themselves or if it's because I've seen so many speed runs of Mario, and I would want to do something a little bit different. They're both quality games. They are. I can't recommend them enough. They're both quality games, but yeah. Preferring Banjo over Super Mario 64 is so real of you. I appreciate it. I can accept an A tier for Majora. Yeah, I think A tier is pretty good. This is the point of the stream where some of you are going to be upset. And I'm just gonna apologize now because I knew it was coming long before we ever started this thing. I understand that Super Mario RPG is a much loved game. I played Super Mario RPG as a modern game rather than as the original, and you know that I heavily prefer original hardware whenever possible. This one I could not get on original hardware, and people really wanted to see me play the original, so I did. And I won't say it's bad necessarily, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I think I actually would have enjoyed playing the original more than playing Super Mario RPG. The graphics were incredible, but I think I would like to see it in its original form rather than... I know, Kapos, I'm sorry. Pet Projects is going to hate me too. Y'all are not going to like this. It's not bad, but it's not great in my mind. It had some characters that I loved. It also had some characters that I didn't really care about. Pork! Hello, my friend. Welcome in. You're just in time for everyone to get out the pitchforks and chase me out of town. I think I gotta put it in D tier. No, you know what? That's not fair. Let's put it in C tier. And here's why. No, I might have to put it in D tier. Y'all are gonna hate me for this. I remember Gino, and I can't remember the Cloud Boy's name. This game was beautiful, but I don't feel like... Mallow! Oh my god, Marshmallow! I remember Mallow now. But here's the thing. You had to remind me. You had to remind me who Mallow was. If I can't remember... Mishka, thank you. Thank you for the sub to Pork. That's so sweet. Good. We don't need any ads ruining Porker's day. Where are we at now? Hold up. Let me check where we're at real quick. 44. Okay.
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me! Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts. Woo! Give me some!
Okay. Wait, hang on. How can you not remember the best frog in the game? Because he's not an actual frog. He's an imposter, an impersonator. The original graphics and music are so nice, but they really can't be emulated without special filters to mimic the quirks of the hardware it was designed on. I think I would give it a higher grade if I played the original. That's the thing. Unfollows with extreme prejudice. Wow, Pet is out the door. Okay, Pet, we'll miss you. We loved having you here. We'll miss you. Mallow, am I a joke to you? Okay, hang on, let me go back. I'm not done. Okay, did you enjoy that Kirby game more? That's where I'm not sure. You know what? I think I would give it an edge over Kirby. If only for the fact that there was more content. Kirby was so good, it was just super short. The characters are not as... Oh, come on. Move over. How do I move you over? My computer does not like this website. Can I move it the other way? I think it's because it's playing so many ads. There we go. This tier listing website has so many ads going on. I've like cropped out the ads on the edges, but there are like 5 different scrollers going on around the tier list. You know, when people say they don't like a game I like, I go, that's cool. I'm gonna go play it again though. But when I say that I don't like a game that is a fan favorite, everyone wants to tell me how wrong I am. I'm not down with that. Everyone's got their own opinion. And I think the beauty of this world that we live in, and the beauty of freedom in particular, is that everyone should be allowed to voice their opinions. And as long as they're kind and respectful about it, people need to accept that and move on. Because we are in a world where opinions are important, but I think kindness is more important. I think kindness and respect are way more important. And not being able to be kind and respectful while you disagree with a person is the shortest way to ruining a friendship, for sure. Thank you for the hydrate and the boop. Hi, Pumpkin. Pumpkin, your alternate account got gifted a sub today. It was so exciting. Okay. Yeah, Charlie, I'm sorry. You should not have to deal with that. And if they continue that, if they keep that up, you can just trade me in and I'll be your bestie from now on. It'll be fine. I'll support you. I got 5 days of jury duty upcoming. It can't get worse. I love jury duty. I know it's weird. Most people hate it, but I actually love jury duty. Just getting us prepped for a bean, but also pork is always here. Yes, pork is always here. I love that pork is just so reliable. Pork, thank you for spending so much time here. Kirby sucks? Pork. Wow, I guess we won't see any PC games here. I'm not a big PC gamer, no. I'm not. Maybe one day we'll do it, but I'm not a huge PC gamer. I really love my console games. Can't even handle the tier list game. Okay, all right, fair. Honestly, I think it's just this website because everything else runs super smoothly. I did drop some frames, but that's Elon's fault. It's not my fault. Mario RPG deserves at least a B for being the first Mario game where Peach takes part in the gameplay. I do agree with that. I did think that was special. No, you're right. You're right, that was special. You're right. You're not incorrect. And it did have New Game Plus, which I think is a really nice touch because it gives players extra content. You know, they get more bang for their buck. I could agree with that argument. I could be convinced to move it up 1. I have an opinion. What's your opinion, Mishka? What? Can confirm pickles. Oh, yummy. Thank you. Jury duty. Duty. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Pet, I will agree with your assertion. I will move it up 1. I agree with your assertion. It was a big step to let Peach be part of the gameplay instead of just the damsel in distress. It was also a big step. Whoa, what just happened? Josh, shut up. All right. Josh. Okay. Here we are. Josh, welcome in. It's lovely to have you. Where are we now? Hold up.
1 eternity later.
Let's go back to this so I can offend people equally. If you just got here, I want you to know that it's not personal. I have some opinions that I'm still working through. This is not the final product. We're slowly, and I mean slowly, going through all of my previously played games on Twitch and sorting them accordingly, and it's starting to get difficult. Well, it's been difficult from the start. There's just a lot of good games in here. Ocarina of Time is hard for me. Ocarina of Time is quite possibly the first game I ever played. It's between Ocarina and Super Mario 64. I don't remember which cartridge I put in first when I got it. I will say Ocarina of Time was the love of my life for a really long time. I loved that game so much. I didn't finish it when I was a kid. I was too scared. I made my parents kill some scary spiders for me. But I loved it. The music was gorgeous. The open world exploration was magical. I discovered so much. And then years later, like decades later, when I finally played it again on Twitch and I finished it, there were still things after I finished it that I hadn't discovered yet. It's so intricate. There are so many pieces to it. I could absolutely see myself replaying it again. The trouble is, where do I put it? It's definitely a tier A or an S tier for me, because that's one of my favorite games. The music makes me so happy. I can't describe to you the opening scene. The opening scene that is the cover for this game, where Link and Epona are just riding across Hyrule Field and the music is playing, always makes my heart soar. I love it. It puts me in such a good place. And when I need to relax, or I need to focus on my work, or whatever it is I need to do, I listen to Zelda music. It puts me in that groove. It's gotta be at least up here. Now the problem is, I don't know whether to put Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask first. I've struggled with this internally a lot. Are we still okay on music? I think we're okay for a bit. I've really struggled with where to put this. It's at least an A tier. Now, a couple of the downsides. I'm not a huge fan of Navi. Navi had her difficulties. I will say I love the side questing of Majora's Mask. I loved collecting all the masks and getting to know the side characters. And I really enjoyed Tattle as a companion. It's really hard. This is really hard. I think I'm gonna have to say replayability wise, I think I'd replay Ocarina of Time more. I loved Majora's Mask, but the time element stressed me out, and I didn't have that stress in Ocarina of Time, so I think it's got a little bit of an edge there. As far as Dragoon is concerned, I think, okay, I'm gonna move this up here. Dragoon is longer. It has more content in it. That being said, Ocarina of Time feels happier to me. They both have stunning soundtracks. I think I have to give it an edge. Do I like that? I don't want to give Chrono Trigger. I don't think Chrono Trigger is higher up than Zelda. Chrono Trigger also had amazing characters. It has an amazing soundtrack. Ocarina came first, so it goes first. I think Ocarina is better than Mask by miles. I think the timer is the thing that changes it for me. That and the nostalgia aspect. I did not get into Majora's Mask when I was a kid because of the timer. It intimidated me too much. I wish I had persevered when I was a kid. I think that would give it more of an edge. Hi, Dilhor. I'm sorry I'm making you sad as you come in the door. Welcome in. I think, this is hard. Let's try something here. Do I like Chrono Trigger better than Dragoon? I really like Chrono Trigger, but Dragoon's got that nostalgia that I just love. The problem is, the thing I love about Dragoon is also the thing that I kind of hate about Dragoon. It's 4 discs of content. It's incredibly long. The world record speedrun for Dragoon is 10 hours. It's a beautiful game, but it does make it hard to replay it when it's so long. And yet, When I play it, I complain that the 4th disc feels rushed and they should have spent more time on it and maybe given it a 5th disc. So I can't really complain about the length because I would have taken more content. Ocarina above Majora's Mask, but Majora's Mask 3D above Ocarina. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Rywick? I think I'm not understanding the differentiation. Let's see here. All right. I think I gotta give Chrono Trigger the edge. We'll give Dragoon a little bit of, I think the nostalgia pushes it over the edge. Just a tiny bit. Unfortunately, games with nostalgia are just gonna have that. They're gonna have a tiny bit of something that goes over the top. Just makes them a little above and beyond just because I've got happy feelings involved. Hi, Happy. Important to remember, it's your tier list, you're not making. No. No, I'm not. This is my tier list. It is not a reflection of anyone else here. It's just mine. Oh god, Paper Mario. I love Paper Mario. I love Paper Mario. It's at least an A tier for me. I love Paper Mario. And since apparently you guys are feeling very giving and we've already unlocked the Paper Mario Rando, like, I'm happy to replay that as many times as I want. As many times as I can. In as many different configurations, which already gives it... Oh no. This is gonna be... this is gonna hurt some people. Let's do this. I think Paper Mario's got to be a high A tier. It's such a happy game. Majora's Mask is lovely. It's so intricate. It's darkly beautiful. But Paper Mario is just a ball of joy. It really is. Is it under Chrono Trigger though? Do we need to shift some things? Oh no. This is so hard. What if we do this? I really love Paper Mario, guys. Do I like Chrono Trigger better than Majora's? Probably. Just for replayability, I think Chrono Trigger has so many more ways to replay it. So many more stories to tell that I haven't uncovered yet. Chrono Trigger instills a curiosity in me. Majora's Mask was highly satisfying, but once you solve all the puzzles, I don't feel the need to go back. With Chrono Trigger, I feel like I could solve the same puzzle and get 5 different answers. And I love that sense of mystery. I hate that Majora's Mask is getting bumped down. I hate that. Hi, I'm the people hurt by Pickle. Dahort, it's okay, we still love you, I'm sorry. You're in a safe place, it's okay. S is for the tier list. Paper Mario is a ball of joy and Kirby is a ball of suck. Well, technically both are true. Kirby is a ball of suck, but not bad suck. Kirby's good, it's just there's such strong competition on the board. Now this is where I'm gonna hurt some feelings. And I feel like Josh should have waited to drop subs till after the tier list because he's going to want to leave after this. I have nothing wrong with Spyro. I have nothing against Spyro. But I don't have the same nostalgia for Spyro as I do Zelda, Paper Mario, Banjo. Spyro is different to me. And by different, I mean not as good. There is something very satisfying about collecting gems in Spyro. And I actually have considered several times going back and 100%ing it because it's a very quick game. It's a very happy game. It's very satisfying to finish. Nasty Nork wasn't that bad. Let me get it on the board, and then we'll see where we move it around. I'm gonna say it's above Kirby. I think gameplay-wise, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than Super Mario RPG. Yeah, I think it falls there. It's B tier. It's actually much higher than I thought it was gonna be. It's not fantastic. It's not my favorite game in the whole wide world, but it's solid. It's solid. Everyone knows Spyro. It's not the best game in the world. But it's solid. It defends its place. It's replayable. It's a very cozy game. I feel like this would be a good game to like turn on TV in the background and play Spyro, and it's kind of mindless playthrough, but in a good way. Kind of like Stardew Valley after a while just becomes kind of mindless. You harvest your veggies and you water your plants. And it's soothing. It puts you in a happy relaxation zone. I could see that. I'm happy with that. But I do think RPG needed to be bumped lower. Because while I think it was very important that Peach got to be a playable character, again, I think it would have been better if I was playing the original. I think that's only because that's the remake. I think I would have given it a higher score if it was the original. Spyro 2 and 3 are more immersive. Okay, good to know. I haven't played them on stream yet. Actually, I haven't played them at all yet. But I think I might have 2? I'll have to double check, but I think I have 2. Okay, I missed some comments. I'm sorry, I'm catching up. Oh shit, Ocarina of Time ended up leading the pack. The exact correct position. Give it some time. I want to make sure everything like balances out. Things will shift around as I add in more, but I really loved Ocarina of Time. And it's got that edge of nostalgia to it. It's just a really good game. At least it's an A tier, hardly an insult. Yeah, no, it's not an insult. A tier is solid. Actually, I think B or C tier is solid. It's when they start getting into the greens that you start questioning my intelligence. Or my taste. Don't forget, the dragons in that game got into yeah, they got into it themselves, thank you. I think Nasty Nork was well within his rights. Kirby will survive. All things considered, I don't think C tier is bad. The problem with this is everything else up there is pretty good. Said this before, but when you ever find and play Lunar the Silver Star, you'll have a very different thoughts about collecting dragon gems. Okay. All right. Charlie got that reference. I didn't, but I believe you. All right, let's see what we got here. Sunshine. Sunshine was good. Sunshine was so good. Sunshine's a problem. Sunshine was so good. Sunshine's one of those games that I've said to myself, I will play that again. I will go back and maybe 100% it one day. Like, I am devoted to doing it someday. I'm not ready yet. 100%ing Sunshine is a task, but someday I really want to tackle that mountain. Sunshine provides a challenge in ways that Super Mario 64 did not. It was hard. Sunshine builds your resilience, not to mention it's got bright, vibrant colors. It has so many different levels that I know I haven't uncovered half of so far. I've heard the blue coins are incredibly challenging. I didn't worry about them the first time through, but I want to. It has a great soundtrack. I hope your urine is healthy, pet. I hope that's true. Hi, Demon! All right. Sunshine is gonna be up there for me. Is it A tier? That's the question. It's at least B tier. And it's at least here. Do I like it better than Banjo? That's hard. I really like Banjo. I don't know if I can give it, I don't know if I can put it higher than Banjo. I just don't know. I'm gonna leave it there for now. We'll see where things pan out, but I think a solid B tier is respectable. I think it's respectable. I just like Sunshine for the scenery. I mean, it's a gorgeous game. It's a gorgeous game. What are we doing? We're breaking some hearts. Right now the Kirby fans are probably upset with me. We're tier listing all of the games that I've played through in the last 2 years. Oh dear God. Thousand Year Door. All right, here's the problem. I have played Paper Mario. I have played Thousand Year Door. Paper Mario is beautiful. It's cozy, it's happy. It's really well made. That being said, I staunchly believe that Thousand Year Door is better. And believe me when I say I was surprised as you were. But Thousand Year Door has improved dialogue. It has improved companions. There are a couple levels I'm not a huge fan of, but every game has those. But Paper Mario has, again, the nostalgia factor. I'm gonna put it before Dragoon. Replayability wise, it's much more attainable than Dragoon is for replays, simply because of its length. There were some parts in this game that stumped me, which I like. I like a challenge in a game. I like a game that makes me stretch my mind a little bit. I'm gonna leave it there for now, with the understanding that Thousand Year Door I do think is better. The thing is, I think I'd rather go back and play original Paper Mario more. Weird as that sounds, I have more emotional attachment to the first one, even though I think the second one's better. I think Sunshine is the first game I saw you stream. Really, Pet? Oh, I love that stream. Hang on, I'm gonna switch this real quick. I'll do this one. Okay. Sunshine was a great game. I loved that stream. And it was really good for so many things. For me, like, it really opened up a whole world of options. In fact, I think I remember the moment you won me over as an entertainer. Really? Pet? It was the lava part near the end, and I think you were struggling with the boat, and I mentioned that Mario forgot to bring lava-proof oars, and you were like, "Aw, man! Knew I forgot to pack something!" Rubber gloves, lava-proof oars. How could I forget? I love that story, Pet, thank you. Nearly everyone puts Thousand Year Door above the original. It's simply the first game improved. I love the first game. And I agree with them. I do think Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is a better game. I think they improved on a lot of little things that I didn't like Goombario. However, if I were to replay one of them, I think I would choose to play the original again, simply from the nostalgia factor. So I think that tiny little edge, if I had played Thousand Year Door as a child, I think it would be swapped. I think if I'd played it as a kid and I had that nostalgia, it would absolutely be swapped. But nostalgia plays a huge role in how we choose our favorites. It does, because they're tied to happy feelings. Now, Twilight Princess is gonna be tricky. Twilight Princess is strange. Like, it's happy, but it's also got that dark undertone the entire game through. Some places it spikes where it's super dark and I was not expecting it. And then other places, like Lake Hylia, for example. It's bright, it's colorful, it's vibrant, it's super joyful. The music is incredible. Midna's not my favorite. Everyone loves Midna. Midna was not my favorite. So I think that dinged it for me a little bit. But it is still a Zelda, and it is still a solid game. It's gonna be at least B tier. At least. Do I put it above Super Mario? Do I put it above Sunshine? Probably. I love Sunshine, but Zelda has more of a plot to it, I think. And I do like a good story. I do like a good world building. I enjoy the world of Zelda more. And the boss fights are more intricate. The boss fights in this game were excellent. You know what? I might bump it up. The boss fights were so good. They're definitely better than Banjo boss fights. Grunty was a good boss fight, but Twilight Princess had several really good boss fights. That was like where it shined to me. Oh yeah, the Yetis were so sweet. The Yetis were so heartwarming. I will remember that level forever. Let's bump this up and just see. What if I move this over here? I don't want to put it above Majora's Mask. I don't think I want to put it above Majora's Mask. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I will say, for people who like completionist runs or full playthroughs, Twilight Princess would be really satisfying. There's a lot of small things that you can collect along the way. I like those collectibles. It made for a really good time. I didn't finish it completely, but I spent quite a lot of time working on those collectibles, and that's unusual for me. So it had to have something special for me to even want to do that. That's already a step in the right direction. Even if you didn't like Midna the Yeti set, yes, exactly. Legumes of Zoltar, Twilight toilet prices. Legumes, really? Really, Mishka? Okay, I do grumble a bit at Ocarina being higher than Majora, but that's just me. Which one did you play one or the other when you were younger, Yami, or did you play both? Because I realize I probably should have played Majora's Mask more when I was a kid, and I regret that. I regret that I didn't go a little further into it when I was younger, because I think that would have changed it for me a bit. Twilight Princess let me go snowboarding, so I like it a lot. I think I went snowboarding a couple times, but I don't think I used it as much as I could have. Maybe I dropped the ball on that one. The snowball, that is. Fairly completionist, yeah, that's me now. I always 100% Twilight Princess, aside from the fishing. The fishing can go die in a hole. I hate in-game fishing, Yami. Absolutely detest it. But I love real-life fishing. It's a weird, weird thing. When you finish this, are you screen capping this and putting it on Discord? I can. Yeah, I can if you want. I played both, but I did play Majora first. Okay. I'm wondering if maybe that's it. Maybe that's the secret sauce. Maybe it depends on which one you play first. Okay, Wind Waker. Oh, Wind Waker was such a joy! Wind Waker was colorful and full of life, and the music was so... It was happy, it was joyful, it was so good. Wind Waker was so vibrant. I remember we had just finished, I think it was Banjo Kazooie we had just finished. And we moved from Banjo Kazooie to Wind Waker, and I had to like adjust my eyes to the level of brightness. The colors are so vibrant, they pop. And Banjo, while it has good color, was much darker palette. It took a minute for me to adjust to the change. It's got some open world exploration. Now, I had a couple little finicky things that I didn't like about Wind Waker. The ocean travel was a lot. The sail was obnoxious. But I also didn't do some of the side quest things, and I regret that to this day. I wish I'd done all the side quest things. I'm gonna put Wind Waker up here for now. Wind Waker is so good. I actually think, I think I like Wind Waker more than Twilight Princess. Wind Waker is so bright and cozy, and I typically tend toward those games. They're both excellent Zeldas, but I tend toward the cozy over the moody and broody. Wind Waker is to OOT as Thousand Year Door is to Paper Mario. You mean you think Wind Waker is better than OOT, but you'd replay OOT more? Am I understanding that analogy correctly? I played both this year and Ocarina is better than Majora. It's so funny where people fall on that. I do think Ocarina is better than Majora for me. Pickle, I'm glad you happened to play Super Mario 64 when I found you, though it sadly was already a late game at that point. It's one of my favorite games ever, nostalgia factor, but I was interested in seeing you play it. Turned out I had just, oh, that's so sweet, Andy. Thank you. If you're ever interested in the earlier gameplay, I do post all that stuff on YouTube as VODs. So if you're ever interested in going back and seeing certain levels, they are there. I started retaining them mostly for me, but also because sometimes people would come along and be like, where's your Ocarina of Time playthrough? And I didn't save it because I was still a really early streamer at the time and I didn't do that. I feel really bad to this day that I lost that content. So ever since then, what is this music? No, this is not the right feel that I want to go for. Okay. I'm really glad I got to meet you too, Andy. I appreciate it. I really appreciate having you here. I mean, I can sing Majora's praises all day, but I will admit that Ocarina walked so Majora could run. There would not. I agree with that. No, I agree with that. I think Ocarina kind of laid the stage, and then Majora just took it to a new level. They pushed those boundaries in a way I can really respect. I don't have a YouTube command, Mishka. I should do that, but I don't have one yet. Wind Waker is 10 out of 10 game. I'm curious to see where it ranks for you personally. I think I might leave it where it is for now. I really love Wind Waker. I might love it more than Majora, which I didn't think I would be saying today. I really love it. It's so sweet. I think Wind Waker, either Wind Waker or Ocarina, one of those two are like the perfect starter game for someone who's never played Zelda before. I think it's the perfect gateway drug to get you into the Hyrule world. I like just the universe in general. I know it's not Hyrule, but it gets you into the Zelda verse. I think Wind Waker is the perfect gateway drug for that. Is it bad that when I think of Wind Waker, I think the snot-nosed kid? No, I do too. I do too. Wind Waker is my top favorite 3D Zelda game. It's not even close. See, here's the thing. I keep waffling on whether I should move it above Majora's Mask or not. I really love Majora's Mask, but again, Wind Waker had the same qualities the Ocarina of Time did. Wind Waker allowed for open exploration. There was no time limit. You just sailed the ocean blue. You came across a treasure, you yoink up the treasure. Sometimes you yoink up a green squid or a gold squid and you're like, what the hell is this gold squid? And everyone's like, catch it, Fickle. And you're like, but what is it? And then it disappears and apparently you lose a weird thing in the game that's like a 0.01% chance and you do it live on Twitch. That's still disappointing to me to this day. But it can happen. Everyone has a chance to pull up a gold squid. You know, if you have a Wii U, track down a copy of Wind Waker HD. I found those of the That's what I heard. I was watching another streamer. Who was it? Was it Zelda? I think it might have been GIF. I think it might have been Zelda GIF World. He was playing through Wind Waker, and I think he might have been playing the HD version. And that came up. That came up in conversation. And I was like, oh my god, is it like this all the time? This is so nice. Oh, but he went through the huge, he had to go through like the auction process and it took forever for him. So I'll have to ask him about it. But I'm avoiding some of his streams right now because I think he was streaming something I couldn't watch. I see Yoshi's Story is next, and I have to be honest, out of the list of games you... Really? You think it's actively bad? Let's see here. Yoshi Story. I don't want to say it's bad. But here's the thing, it's really short. Really short. I think we played through it in like an hour or two when we played it on stream, and that's with me stopping to chat with people, so like easily you could play through it in an hour. It's so short. I think you might be right. I'm gonna put it here for now. I don't like it being there, but I think it contributes the least out of everything here. I think I gotta leave it there. Sorry, Yoshi. Yeah, cute vibes, but not a lot of gameplay. Not a lot of content. Really not even a lot of challenge. Once you kind of get the feel for it. No, not the least out of everything. Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon 64 we played as a palate cleanser, so full disclosure, I did not finish this game. Harvest Moon 64 paved the way for a lot of things. I'm thinking modern day farming sims like Stardew Valley, like Coral Island. Harvest Moon really kind of set the tone for those. And I feel like back in its time, it was very influential and enjoyed probably. I knew about it when I was a kid. I played it when I was a kid very briefly. But nowadays, compared to all the rest of these, Harvest Moon is the bottom of the barrel. Maybe not the complete bottom of the barrel. You know what? I'll put Harvest Moon above Yoshi's Story simply for the influence that it had. I might even put it up in C tier because of how influential it was, but it doesn't deserve to be up here with the big players. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It's not as entertaining as I thought it would be when I went back to play it. We played it on stream as a palate cleanser. I thought it would be a great palate cleanser. When I went back to play it, I was like, you know, this is kind of dull. I'm remembering all of the flaws that it had that I forgot about in the wake of all these games that are modern that fix some of those flaws. It's still Hyrule, it's just that Hyrule is underwater. That's fair. Yeah, Hyrule's technically still there. Yoshi's Story isn't bad, but it's also not... I agree. Don't like Yoshi's Story. Also don't really like Paper Mario, but that's because I don't like the graphics. Yeah, if you don't like the graphics, I don't think Paper Mario is for you. Yeah, if you don't like the aesthetics, then it just kills it right there. Alright. Rock Raiders, we don't even have to think about. It's staying there. Now, if there are any Rock Raider fans here, I said this earlier, I'll say it again. This is the Rock Raiders PlayStation version. It sucks ass. If you play the computer version, like the PC version, or if you play the version that Yami got me onto, thank you Yami, much better. For a Lego game, it's a lot of fun. It's very strategic. It makes you think through all of your decisions as you go. It's got a little bit of a Sims quality to it. Like you control what the raiders do, and like they have to mine for ore, but they also have to set up like protection boundaries so that rock creatures don't come out and eat them, and like all this stuff. And you got to complete a mission within a certain time frame. I actually really enjoyed it when I was a kid. So when I went back to replay it, I was super excited. I didn't realize there were two different versions, one for PC, one for PlayStation. PC one is fun. PlayStation one sucks ass. And that's what we're dealing with here. So that's an easy F tier. Easy. It's so easy. I don't even think I'll get any money for it. If I take it back to the retro store and be like, please give me anything, they'll probably give me a quarter and pat me on the head and send me on my way. It's that bad. I got it for $5 and I was ripped off. So I don't think they're gonna give me anything for it. Rock Raiders is a firm F. If you rate it any higher than that, I will respectfully turn you to your butt. I stopped playing it early. That's the thing. I stopped playing it early. I never do that. That's how bad it was. Okay, last one, Pokemon Snap. I love Pokemon Snap. I have not played the new one. This is the Pokemon Snap 64 version. Pokemon Snap is pretty happy, pretty chill. I would say it's at least C tier, but I kind of want to bump it up. I enjoy Pokemon. I think it's a good... Let's move things around a little bit. I enjoy Pokemon. I think it's a good franchise. I think people love it. Simply seeing Pokemon in a game makes the game better. Pokemon Snap is much shorter than Kirby and the Crystal Shards. Kirby took a lot longer. It had a little bit more challenge to it. But Snap is so zen and so calming. And I know I didn't catch all of the Pokemon when I played through it before. I'm inclined to bump it up. Is Snap better than RPG for me? I think it might be. I think it might be. When I tell you guys I should have played RPG original, you know, I should have played 7 stars. I mean it. Like, hold it. Let's do this. Is Pokemon Snap better than Spyro? Is Pokemon Snap better than Spyro? What do we think? No, I'm gonna leave Spyro where it is. I feel like Pokemon Snap was relaxing and fun, but Spyro has more of a relaxation factor, more of a replay factor. I'm gonna leave Spyro where it is. I think that might be our lineup, guys. Now let's just review real quick. End of S tier. Do we like Dragoon where it is? I kind of like Dragoon. Do I like Dragoon better than Thousand Year Door? I think I might. I love Thousand Year Door. That's the thing. I really do. And I'm gonna put Chrono up here. Chrono is an S tier game. Just because it's not ahead of these does not make it any less good. It's still so good. That might be my lineup. I think I want to leave Banjo where it is. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that might be it. Yeah, no, that is, or it was Dragoon. I moved it around a little bit. Yeah, I love Thousand Year Door as a game. But Dragoon just holds a special place in my heart. The tier all Zelda. Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess they are. I didn't even notice. We got the Jigglypuff round from, oh yeah, that was fun. That was a good memory. I really enjoyed that. I had a great time with that. Did I miss any comments? I hope I didn't. If I did, I'm sorry. I was very focused. No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I can, however, appreciate Paper Mario for what it is. Yoshi's Story didn't really bring anything to the table. No, it didn't really. It's not a bad game exactly. It's just, there's no story to it. There's really not a lot of plot. It's fine. It's the kind of thing I would give to a very small child. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's just not meant for me. Maybe it's just, yeah, maybe it's just not meant for me. Maybe it would have been great for, I don't know, 5-year-old me. I would have found it as a challenge and found it very entertaining as 5-year-old me. But, as an adult, not so much. It kind of loses its charm a little bit. Okay. Hey, Aorta. You got a gift sub today. It's been a busy day. It's been so busy today. We're almost at 3 hours. So we're almost halfway through our thing. And I have not even started the actual game I was gonna play today. I think I am gonna screenshot. I'll screenshot it later.